So what do you do when it's the first day of the month and you've already read almost everything on your to-be read list for that month? You dig deeper into your repertoire. That's what. Alright guys, this is going to be a quickie video, mostly about my to-be read list for the month of February. When I put together my to-be read list, I put 4 books on it for February. 3 of them are by Ursula K. Le Guin. It's the Annals of the Western Shore trilogy, which includes books titled Gifts, Voices, and Powers. Well, I got through with my reading for last month a little bit early, and I couldn't wait, so I started on Gifts, and turns out that it was a page turner, so I finished it almost instantly, and started in on Powers and finished it. No, finished Voices. It's Gifts, Voices, Powers. So I finished Gifts and Voices, and have been waiting a little bit on Powers. The 4th book on my to be read list for February is Ironweed, which is an early 1980s Pulitzer Prize Award winner by William Kennedy. It's about a bomb in Albany, New York, and some of the shenanigans that he gets into. So here I am, first day of the month, and I have already finished 50 some odd % of my reading for the month. So I'm gonna have to dig into my Plan B list. So not only did I have a list of 4 books that I wanted to read, but I had a list of extras. The first extra is The Legend of Bagger Vance by Stephen Pressfield. Stephen Pressfield's the same guy that wrote Gates of Fire about Thermopylae, but we've all seen the Will Smith movie, and probably all loved it. I figured the book's gonna be even better. The Hangman's Daughter. Do y'all remember this? It was actually one of the first ebooks, like self-published things, I think, that became super popular a few years back. And there's a whole series of them. It's The Hangman's Daughter and that sort of thing. They were written by I think a German fellow named Oliver Polsch. And it's sort of a fantasy, but it would be a low magic or no magic fantasy. It's sort of a fantasy, sort of a historical fiction sort of thing. It's about a executioner in this town in Germany, and the trials and tribulations he gets into. He winds up embroiled in all this political intrigue. So I figured I read it years ago, and several of the books of the series, but I didn't complete the series. So I figured I would start again with The Hangman's Daughter. And if Gifts, Voices, Powers, Ironweed, Legend of Bagger Vance, and Hangman's Daughter is not enough to keep me occupied, I figure Insomnia by Stephen King, which is like one of those hefty tomes that you have to have a hernia belt to carry around. I figure Insomnia will keep me occupied for the rest of the month. So the February to be read is Gifts and Voices, which I've already finished, Powers, Ironweed, Bagger Vance, Hangman's Daughter, and Insomnia. Any of y'all interested in reading some of those with me? More. I have been doing this booktube noob thing, which is a list of questions that I'm supposed to answer about myself and why I'm doing this booktube thing. So the 3rd question on the booktube noob thing is, what am I most excited about with regards to starting this booktube thing? And I would say that I am most excited about meeting other readers and being able to chat with them about books, especially about fantasy and science fiction and horror and westerns, and especially about classics, which I consider like pre-1970s works in those genres to be generally classics. I'm also excited about maybe expanding my own genre tastes, like getting to interact with some folks that can teach me a thing or two about those genres, or to tempt me or push me into expanding myself by reading something new and improved. Okay, so that's what I'm most excited about with regard to YouTube. You guys remember the routine: like, subscribe, ring the bell so that they notify you, and YouTube will send more viewers towards me. Thank you.